Good evening, mathematicians. Today we're going to be talking about equations versus expressions. So an equation is a mathematical sentence that has an equal sign in it. So for example, we could do 2 plus 5 would equal 7. Because we show the equal sign, we have an equation. Most equations are written with variables. So we would have x plus 5 equals 7. That x is called a variable. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So an equation has an equal sign. So you can remember that by that equal. Expressions are mathematical sentences that do not have equations, do not have equal signs. So it would be something like this. You're just writing it like that. It's not an equation, it's just an expression. You can also write expressions with variables. So the difference between this and that is this, we can figure out what x equals. We're not going to get into that specific yet, but you could look at that and maybe you would know what x equals. If you didn't notice, I just rewrote this sentence with a variable. So we would know that x equals 2. And an expression, we have no way of knowing what that x equals. We can make guesses, but because we don't know what the whole thing equals, we don't know what the variable equals. So equations you can solve, but expressions you can only simplify. And what we've been doing so far in this class, we've been dealing with numerical expressions. And a numerical expression is a mathematical sentence with numbers and operators, but no variables and no equal sign. So a numerical expression could be this, or it could be that, or it could be that. Those are all numerical expressions. Only numbers and only an operator. No equal signs. We also have an algebraic expression. In an algebraic expression, we have our include variables. Those are all algebraic expressions. And again, because they are expressions, we do not know or we cannot find out what those variables equal. And you're like, whoa, Miss Bauer, you need to go all the way back to the beginning because you keep saying this crazy word and I don't know what it means. So let's talk about it. What is a variable? Well, a variable is just a symbol that represents a value. It could represent a known value or an unknown value. So instead of letters, you could do heart plus 9. You could do star times 6. Okay. In math, we typically use letters, but symbols work too. Alright, so in the chat, tell me if, let's see, we'll number it 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I'm into 5 plus 2 tonight, but that's alright. Alright, so in the chat, I want you to go number 1, 2, 3, and I want you to label them as either an equation, a numerical expression, or an algebraic expression. So you might want to write it down on a piece of paper what your answers are. So in the chat, number 1, is it an equation? Is it a numerical expression? Is it an algebraic expression? Type your answer. Then type number 2, is that an equation, a numerical expression, or an algebraic expression? And number 3, is that an equation, a numerical expression, or an algebraic expression? So if you want to abbreviate this, you could write equation as EQ, numerical expression you could do NE, and algebraic expression you could do AE. Okay, if you want to abbreviate, if you don't want to type all that out. But please type this in the chat so I know that you watched this video.